G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Draw with Jazza. I'm Jazza, and in this video we're going to be talking about how I make my speed painting videos. Now, why do I make my speed painting videos? I find them a bit interesting. I love watching other people's speed painting videos, and I think that they're an interesting medium to show people your working process at the same time as giving them something a little bit entertaining to watch. Now, it's not your traditional form of entertaining medium in terms of, like a cartoon video or something like that. So it's somewhat of an educational thing, but it's entertaining for people who are artistic in watching something be created out of nothing. Now, the question that's most asked is what program or software do I use to record my screen and all that stuff, and we're going to go through that, but that's just one part of the larger question, which is what is the process of putting it together and what are the things to consider when considering what software to use and things like that. So first thing is first, we're going to be talking about the recording software. And now there is a link that I have in the description that you can see in the video here, which is on Wikipedia, which is a comparison of screencasting software. Now, I use Camtasia Studio 7. It's not too expensive, and it comes with the certain features that I want to use for my speed painting videos. That being, the two things most importantly are the screen recording, one, which is pretty important if you're trying to record your screen, and two, the ability to edit. So in Camtasia Studio 7, I can up the speed of the video to 1000% or a maximum of 999%, and then add music and things like that. And so, you kind of got to work your process out, and there are lots and lots of different programs. So that's just the one I use. There are a lot I haven't tried that could be better, could be worse, not entirely sure. But the point is you kind of find one you're comfortable with, and then you go from there. So when you find a software that you're happy with, whether it be freeware or a paid thing, we get into our testing planning phase. Now, this is an important one to add, and you only really have to do it once or twice in the early stages. I don't do it anymore, but the very first speed painting I did, I absolutely made sure to make a test of that video. A lot of people can be very excited and very confident and jump straight into doing a speed painting, but don't do it. If it's your first time, make sure you make a test video. It only takes about half an hour to paint something for 10 minutes and record it, see what it's like using the software to import that and speed it up. If you can add music and use the editing software and then render it, and if you have a working video that's good quality and not too much on the file size end of things, you're ready to get to our next stage, which is our painting and recording. So using that software, we get to work, and my videos on average go for about 8 hours. So I tend to dedicate a whole day to doing a painting, and so I do like a whole work day dedicated simply to that. And sometimes you might need to pause your software to, have a bit of lunch or, go to the toilet or something like that. So it's good to get software that gives you some flexibility. That aside, this is the most important process because you want to challenge yourself, you want to create an interesting painting, and it's tricky too because with each speed painting you want to try and do something a bit more impressive or different, or an improvement than the last video you did. And so you're still limited in your time. Now, I could do more speed paintings or have more time dedicated to them, like do one where I paint for 12 hours or a few days or things like that. But, you don't want to let things get out of hand. So keep something kind of in a cycle. And then finally, you've got your edit and music side of things. So what I tend to do is once I've recorded my speed painting process, I tend to have 8 hours of speed painting footage, between 6 to 8 hours, which is quite a lot, as you can imagine. And so I speed all of that up without any sound to 1000% or 999. I render that as a video file, and as a video file it might be around 20 minutes or half an hour in its length, and then you re-import that into your software and then you speed it up again. And so rather than having a set percentage that I set it to being sped up so I don't go 2000% every video, after I've gotten that raw file of, let's say a half hour video of the speed painting, I find a music track that fits quite well. Now, if you go to newgrounds.com, they've got an entire audio portal, and that's what I use to find a really good piece of audio or song. I tend to look for one that, first of all, fits the theme of the painting. So if it's a very robotic, mechanical sort of speed painting, you want to find something a bit with electricity, electro sounds in it. If it's very, you know, medieval and that kind of thing, you want something a bit more composed, a bit more traditional. So you find a fitting song and look for it around 4 to 5 minutes in length. Now, length of the video is quite important. You want it to be, you know, long enough that people learn something, you know, fast enough that people are entertained. So you're got to balance it. You don't want to have it so fast that there's nothing interesting visually that they're learning, but you don't want to have it so slow that they're falling asleep. So when you find the fitting piece of music, you bring it into your software. I tend to speed it up so that it finishes the speed painting just before the end of the song, and then I place the painting at the end. You want to show the final piece, and then that brings us to the last bit of the video process, which is where you publish it. And so you want to make sure at the end of your speed painting you have a bit of a feature shot of the painting, and then you want to link to where you upload your artwork so people can look at it in more detail, and make sure that if you use someone else's music that you link to it and ask permission to use it. That being said, that is my process for creating a speed painting. I love seeing speed paintings sent to me, so please don't hesitate to send them to me. If you submit your artwork to the Draw with JAZZA'S showcase video series, I really always enjoy checking out the speed painting video. I might not always feature them in that showcase video, but I have done so for some really interesting ones. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this video has been informative. I just thought I'd give you a really bit of a quick one, but it is a question that's asked quite a lot in terms of how I put the video together, and I always find it interesting to watch other people's process when they make their speed painting. So I thought I'd share this bit of information if it helps them and it gives you a bit of motivation to create a speed painting of your own. So thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, and until next time, I'll see you later.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy my videos. You can download the reference files from this tutorial by clicking the link in the description. And remember to share any art, animation or game you make on newgrounds.com. Until next time, see you later.